What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Maps Exposed. This is a series where I cover all the lines of sight, wall runs, as well as any other secret spots that I know of on every map in Black Ops 3. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the third of the Descent DLC maps, and that is Berserk. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so once again, this is a map that just doesn't leave too much to the imagination. There aren't a lot of really unique spots that aren't super obvious, but we're going to start it off with a bunch of wall runs, and I will be mixing in a few spots here as well. First one is over on this corner, kind of by the A domination side of the map. You can jump up onto the wall run here to come around like that. Relatively obvious. A lot of people don't know you can also wall run up here though. So in some situations that might help you. Maybe if you want to wall run above this doorway, you're worried they might be like camping here waiting for you. You can wall run right above them there. Now in the middle map area, this one is very obvious. Like this is the most obvious wall run here. You can wall run on these sides here. But what some people don't really realize yet, a lot of people have clearly, but they don't realize that you can also wall run around here to get over to this lane very, very quickly. And the reverse can happen too. So if they're like capturing the B flag, if you're playing domination, you can just do a little wall run like that, spin around, and you're back up towards the B flag. Now right over here, you can easily wall run on the side of this building right here to get around this way. There is a hardpoint location right here, so a lot of times it's great for taking people off guard that are just sitting here on the hardpoint waiting for you, because you can come right around that way. And another little thing I wanted to point out is there is kind of a little ledge here that can save you if you fall. So you do have a few seconds where if you do fall there, you can easily jump up, or you might even be able to use that to your advantage, like to fake your death, I guess, like jump off as if you died and then you jump back and kill the guy that's there. Who knows, it could work in those situations. I have seen that happen before, so I just wanted to point out that little ledge. Next up, I'm sure most people know this, but you can also wall run on this building right here. This is just a great way to come around this way. Again, there's a hardpoint location here, so sometimes you'll have enemies that are just sitting here waiting, and if you can jump up on that wall run, you might be able to get on their flank a little bit easier. Now, all the way back here, this is one that will probably very rarely be used. You may never even use it, but who knows? The situation might arise where you have like an enemy over there and you want to get to him, and you don't want to go to him head on or anything. You can wall run on the outside of this, and it actually wall runs you around the corner automatically. It's one of those cool rounded corners, so you can easily get that little wall run in there. And it's just one little option that's opened up for you. Who knows, there may be a situation where you'll end up using that. So next up, I have a bit of a tricky line of sight to get a line of sight on people that are behind those boxes right there from all the way back in this spawn. This is a sniper spot, and it's probably not the most practical, but you might be able to pick off the odd kill through there. First up, if you jump on top of these, you can easily get a very nice line of sight by just jump shotting them. So this is actually the easiest way to get a kill. You get a nice line of sight on the whole box over there. But one alternative to that, where you don't have to actually make that jump shot, is if you just jump on this part of here and strafe over, you'll be able to see just a little bit of that box area there. You won't have to jump, just a much easier shot to hit, but they have to be in that exact spot. If they're strafed over a little bit on that box, you won't be able to get a line of sight on them. One little thing I wanted to point out, fairly obvious to most people, but some people might not have considered it, is you can wall run here and then jump up to see what's going on this side of the map. Works both ways, obviously, and it even works coming from the other direction. You can wall run on it and jump and see what's going on the B flag area. Another thing I wanted to point out here is you can shoot through this wall. It does block a fair amount of your bullet damage though, so if you have FMJ, it will definitely help. Like an FMJ LMG, for instance, you could sit here pretty much all game and defend that side of the B flag very, very effectively, because you just punch through that wall like nothing. But if they are on this side of it, of the wagon here, then you won't be able to hit them. But most people, if they like capture from here, you can easily just spray them down through that wall. Next spot I have is a nice little jump spot to get a line of sight on the window right there. A lot of times it's really difficult to challenge that window because there aren't really any unique spots to challenge that window from, aside from right here. If you jump up on this fence post right here, from here you can easily jump up, get a nice clear line of sight, and take your shot. This could even work with other, like with assault rifles and stuff as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sniper spot. You can maybe jump up and pop a few shots into them with an assault rifle by using that. Now right here on the B flag, just a little capture spot that I like to use. Fairly obvious, but some people might not have seen it yet. You just jump up here and you've got great cover to challenge everybody. And unfortunately, there is no real other side to that. Like it doesn't really work from this side at all. So that side definitely has the advantage while capturing the B flag. Now all the way back in this building behind the C flag, this isn't really a spot. Just one thing I wanted to point out is really weird. There's like an invisible barrier right here, and it's actually outside the map. So just be careful when you're coming through this building. You can die just by standing over in that corner. Next line of sight I have is over on this side of the map right here. This one you are fairly exposed. This is more for like that 1v1 type situation where you know they're coming through. But if you jump up on this fence here and crouch, they're going to have a hard time seeing you before you see them. And they don't usually expect you here. So if they run through that door, it'll be a very easy kill for you. But if they run through this door, it's pretty much a very easy kill for them. So it's kind of a high risk, high reward sort of scenario here, where if they come through that door, you're going to win that 9 times out of 10. But if they come through the other one, you're kind of screwed. Something somewhat similar here. If you have enemies that are coming through that doorway, again, this is more for like those really slow modes like Search and Destroy, where there maybe only is like 1 or 2 guys on the map. You can strafe over like this on top of the fence post. You're technically just floating above the above air, but from here you get a nice little line of sight into the doorway. And again, it's not that they can't see you there, it's just that they don't usually expect you there. So usually they come around this corner, they check the doorway, and they don't look over here. So you'll be able to pick them off before they realize what happened, and it can work fairly effectively in those slower paced game modes. One more spot that I have to show you guys. This one's a bit of a stretch. This is for that like really odd shot, for like a trick shot or something like that. If you jump up here and you strafe over a little bit, if you jump right there, you can get a nice line of sight into the window back there. Now, it's not very common that you'll have somebody sitting in that window, but it would be a pretty cool shot to hit in a public match, and we did find this spot, so I thought I'd throw it at the end of the episode here. So there we have it. Unfortunately, that's all the spots that we were able to find on this map. I want to give a big thank you to Enya. She helped me find a bunch of these spots, as well as demonstrate them for me. You can see she was shooting me throughout the gameplay. And I will leave a link to her Twitch in the description below if you want to go and check that out. You can go follow her there. She doesn't have a YouTube yet, but she does stream on Twitch. And that's pretty much it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. We have one more map to cover in the Descent DLC. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.